Welcome, everybody, to Five Star WrestleCast. This is a podcast about wrestling, as my tag team partner Chris likes to say. I am Dave Gegrick, joined by my tag team partner Chris Sims. Our third tag team partner is currently en route to Chicago, right? To
Yes,
go enjoy the first weekend of the G1 tournament. So, Travis, you have a good time out there, my friend. Hopefully, he will have an update at some point this weekend. If not, I'm sure we will touch base with him on Monday.
yep.
Chris and I are here to talk about what has been a pretty big week in wrestling.
If
We had, go ahead.
if to quote Dan Povenmire, who created Phineas and Ferb, if I had a nickel for every time a world title match happened on television that affected a major pay-per-view with a title change, I would have 2 nickels, which isn't a lot, but I'm amazed it happened twice.
Right? I think, I know, I personally, I thought Kenny Omega. I say, let's set things up.
Yep.
Monday Night Raw, Sami Zayn came in. I believe he was scheduled to face Cody Rhodes.
He was.
Cody was attacked by Gunther.
Yep.
And then they were scrambling to find a challenger. Now, preface this by saying Monday Night Raw was in Chicago.
Go.
Fast forward, Nick Aldis shows up for some reason, who knows, and says, I've got the guy.
It's the SmackDown Championship, so it is his championship.
You're correct. You're correct. That's right. I forgot that. Nick Aldis says, I've got somebody for you, Sammy. Get out to the ring. And, in Chicago, we've been waiting for the return of this particular guy. He's right behind Chris for months now. So Sammy's out in the ring. Music hits. You see CM Punk walking from the entrance ramp, from the driveway into the state or into the arena, all the way out, all the way in. Crowd goes bonkers, as is expected, because it is Chicago. Real quick, we'll recap it in a second, but we're going to get to it. Punk comes in, wins the world title. I don't think any of us really expected that one. Kenny Omega on Wednesday, I really expected him to win, beating MJF, because it sets up the match with Will Ospreay at All In Wembley Stadium, which they've been telegraphing for a few months now.
For years, it feels like.
Exactly. And they referenced it. I don't know if it was Monday night or Wednesday or Friday night or Saturday night Collision or last time Collision. Will has never won the AEW title.
No.
And I don't know. I think he's only had 1 or 2 matches before it, too. So they've been telegraphing it since he came back from his injury, which is fine. I love Will Ospreay. He's very deserving. He's going to have some great matches with whomever they put up against him. And there's a long list of challengers for him. But that was kind of expected. Now, does the All In stay one-on-one? I hope so. Wouldn't be surprised to see MJF inserted into that match at some point. We have one more pay-per-view to get through before we get to All In. So there's a lot going on in AEW before we get to that. Now, rewind to what we didn't expect on Monday night. I think we all expected Punk to show up again because it was Chicago. But I don't know. I didn't expect him to get inserted right back into the title picture. What about you, Chris?
Not even just into the title picture, winning the title. It's one thing to get into the title picture if it was a triple threat with Cody and Sammy or something to that extent. No, he came in with no fanfare. Literally, they opened a giant door that, like, one of those giant chain doors, and there he was, just walking.
The loading bank for the United Center, whatever it is.
I guess he walked from his house over to the arena. Right. Like, that's the kayfabe about it. He just, like, in his gear on the subway, or the elevated train, and went into the arena and won the title and just walked out and put it in his fridge again. There's a picture of the title in his fridge again, which is
I missed that.
Yeah. He
That's
did it
awesome.
again from like 2011 and now 2026. It's a different fridge, more food, better fridge.
I would hope so.
Yeah. And
it's a different situation. He's married. His wife is there. Before he was a single dude. You open my fridge, and there's like some leftover piece of meat from this weekend's cookout, and that's pretty much all you got. When I had a wife, we had food.
And that's the thing that gets me is that, like, I didn't think we would move this fast into this storyline. I know that at the end of SummerSlam is coming up in about a month at the end. So yeah, it's
August
coming.
1st and
Yeah,
2nd. So
yeah,
we got 3 weeks, right? I think
we
two or
got
three
3 weeks.
or three.
So,
Yeah.
so yeah, we've got 3 weeks for this. So I'm not sure why put it on, but then it made me think. It's like, who would I rather be chasing who in this situation? Would you rather have Punk chasing Cody, or would you rather have Cody chasing Punk? Because this is a situation where we have the 1A and 1B faces of WWE facing each other. And I actually think this is a smart move because we knew Sammy wasn't going to last more than a couple weeks with that title. We knew that it was one of those situations where it was, hey, congratulations, you won it. Thank you so much. You deserve this, but we're going to transition you on. Again, if I had a nickel for every time a Muslim wrestler was the intermediary champion between one face and another face in WWE, I would have 2 nickels. And I'm amazed it happened twice with with Iron Sheik between Bob Backlund and Hulk Hogan, and now Sammy with Cody and CM Punk. So, like, we knew this was going to happen, but I thought it's brilliant because you could turn Punk heel in the next 3 weeks.
Easily.
And the other thing is, if Cody won it with all the CM Punk chants that were going on in that arena constantly for all the 3 hours, it wasn't just one CM. It was like the fired CM Punk chants were happening again.
It was like the week after Punk left originally. People were venomous for Punk. They knew it and they wanted it, and damn it, they weren't going to leave until they got it, and they did get it.
Well, the thing is, though, that if Cody beat Sammy in Chicago, would they be cheering or would they be booing? They would be booing.
It's a good question. I think they would have been booing, depending on the situation. Had let's Cody beat Sammy, heartbeat, cult of personality hits, place of erupts.
Yes.
They wouldn't have booed that. Now, had the show ended without that happening, the boos would have started in within 30 seconds, minute and a half, maybe, when they realized they weren't getting what they wanted. And it wouldn't have been booing Cody, it would have been booing the lack of Punk.
No, I think they would also be booing Cody because versus there is no Punk, therefore Cody would be the bad guy. So you just take Cody out of the equation. Cody is the good guy in every other city coming up other than Chicago. Punk could be the bad guy in any other city other than Chicago. So you've now created a situation where, you took Cody out of the equation, you made him the good guy. You have 2 good guys. Either of them could turn heel while this is happening or stay face. I mean, we could have in both AEW and WWE 2 faces facing each other for the world championship.
I think it's easy to turn Punk heel considering that everyone wanted Sammy to win that title. It's an easy flip. You've got about 3 weeks to do that if that's what you're going to do.
Yes.
Did you see the promo Sammy cut after Raw where he's crying, he's cursing up a storm?
Yeah.
If you haven't seen it, I'm pretty sure it's on Twitter, probably on YouTube too. Go check it out.
It was Miz-esque. It was Miz versus Daniel Bryan-esque. It was one of those ones that it's one of those game changer promos that is worth watching.
Absolutely. So I think you could, and like you said, you could have Punk turn heel anywhere except for Chicago because they're not going to boo him regardless. So you could certainly have Sammy come out next week, tomorrow because it's SmackDown. You could have them come out tomorrow while Punk is, cutting his first promo as the champion. You have Sammy come out and literally say, "You screwed me. This is your fault. You came out. You did this to me." And you could turn the crowd, I think, pretty easily, depending on how you have Punk react. Because you could have Punk get cocky and egotistical. Both have our cats.
Yep.
We could you could have Punk be very egotistical, like Sammy. You couldn't beat me, dude. So if you beat me, you'd still be champion.
You can set up Saturday night's main event, which I think is what they're going to do.
Yes. So then so you can go that route. I don't think we'll see Cody turn heel. No, it's just easier for Punk. Punk can be he's so good as a heel, so good as a heel. Now, as far as the two baby faces in AEW, they'll stay that way.
Yeah.
AEW has no problem putting two baby faces, two heels against each other. That's where they buck history a little bit, so to speak. Now, going into Wembley, Will Ospreay is going to be the clear favorite. So you're going to have Kenny get booed some, but he's not going to get booed a ton.
Well, also because I
me.
don't think it's going to be a two-person match. I think
True.
I think that they're going to make this a triple threat match. And
I agree.
Yeah. Because the thing is MJF, by wrestling kayfabe Carney rules, still has his rematch. Ospreay has his guarantee at All In. So you have a chance to do the rematch there by going, I want to be a part of this now. Then you have a chance for all three of them. Then you can have two faces and MJF, who equals about three heels, if you think about it.
Absolutely.
So he is
the best heel in the business right now.
Oh, he is the best talker. He is. I mean, that wrestling match was fantastic. There are parts of it that should be gift and used in normal conversation. That moment where Omega kicks out at 1 after getting nut shotted and then belt shotted, and MJF goes, and I'm like,
definitely.
That is one of the great. It's like, thank you, sir. You have given me another thing that I absolutely love. It's the fuck ice chant. MJF and that are two of the greatest moments I've seen. Like his face is so like comical that it's like that just sold the whole thing.
Yeah, he is a guy who absolutely gets it, which is why he's on top. Which is why he's AEW is chock full of guys who can be on top because they get it, they love it, and they want to be on top. And they're so rich with that. But I agree with you. I think we're gonna, as much as I would rather not see a triple threat match, because I would just love to see Ospreay and Omega go 1-on-1 again, because they've been 1-on-1 once before in AEW.
Yes,
and it was a burner of a match. It was the first time I believe I had seen Will Ospreay like that, and I was absolutely floored. Now, fast forward, I guess 3 or 4 years. What is it? Kenny's had his issues. He says he's back as good as he's ever been. He's as good as he's going to get right now. So inserting MJF into this takes a lot of weight off of him.
He looked amazing last night. Let's be honest with you. He looked amazing. He moved amazing. He moved like old school Kenny Omega at times. But again, that this is a man who has had a part of his intestines out in the last couple of years. A man who is, over the age, I think he's like 45 or 46 at this point,
Yeah, he's close to 50. He's pushing. He's up there. He's
pushing it. So
Punk is 48.
Yeah.
Kenny's mid 40s, I believe. Yeah.
That's the other thing, is that we are getting both championships, or people. Well, no, is Ospreay in his 40s? I guess not. Maybe. No, he's in his 30s.
There's no way he might be late 30s, but he's definitely not in his 40s.
But both champions are in their late 40s, and that's for both places at this point, which is
Will Ospreay's 33 years old, so he's in the prime, man.
Oh yeah, he has like 10 more years.
Easy. Oh yeah, provided he stays healthy. He's got it.
But doing a triple threat match takes, and it's like doing a tag match. You have less chance of people getting injured, less chance of more of the load is evenly distributed between 3 people instead of 2 people. I mean, that it will make everyone look good. And if they want to, going down the road, do an Ospreay versus Omega, they can definitely do it. But this gives you more bang for your buck, in pun intended, in this situation.
Yeah, and plus, at least right now, there's no clear opponent for MJF at All In. Now, like I said, we've got like a month and a half before we get there.
How you know?
That's true.
How you know?
I hate that. That's true, and I would love to see that, but I think that's happening at the next pay-per-view.
I'm doing Tony from frickin' NXT. How you know?
Oh, stop that! Stop that!
Yeah,
I will disconnect right now.
How you know? No.
You make a great point.
I think Andrade would be a thing, but I think a triple threat is better, and I think everyone will enjoy a triple threat more. I mean, yes, we would like to see a barn burner at the biggest stage. We want a Bret Hart versus Bulldog at Wembley. We want that again, but this protects everyone and makes more sense.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And plus, it like we've said, it puts your biggest heel on the biggest match of the year.
Yes.
So it makes too much sense business wise not to do it. So now,
And much like Cody and Punk in that sense, it makes too much sense. I mean, to not have those two do that, it's money left on the table. It was teased, what, like 3 months ago that
yeah,
he was coming
WrestleMania.
for him. And so you have both of these people doing, make it. I mean, these are money matches. These are matches I want to see. This may be the last run of Punk's career. Let's be honest with you. We don't know how much. Again, as Seth Rollins said, of all the people that are up there, the only one who is young is Obafemi right now.
Yeah.
Of all the main events in WWE, that part of our history of wrestling is slowly going to go away. And so this may be the last time we see Cody and CM Punk in a stage like this.
Absolutely. And since he's come back, AEW, now in WWE, every time I see Punk wrestle, I'm like,
yes,
because you just feel like, and he's suffered a couple rough injuries since he's been back for the last 4 or 5 years. What has it been? I just feel like Punk is one bad step away from blowing an ACL, which is going to finish him. I don't think he's ever had neck issues and back issues, which is really good for him.
That's weird.
But,
you're right. I don't think he ever had.
No, which is really, really good, considering the style he wrestled for such a long time on the Indies.
And he's had multiple shoulder situations, multiple leg. Yeah.
He's definitely had injuries. So like I said, I think he's just one bad, like torn tricep again, blown knee, hurt hip. He's one away from being like, you know what? I've won the world title. I've won the WWE title. I did my AEW stuff. He's not going to say it on WWE, but I'm done. I've had it. I can't, I'm not going to spend another 6, 7, 8 months rehabbing an injury to come back, because by then you're going to have the next guard in. And where would he fit into that?
And he's had his WrestleMania moment. He was the champion that he main evented WrestleMania. He may not have won that, but he main evented WrestleMania.
And that's what he wanted.
That's what he wanted. Yeah, I mean, he and the Sunday night, not the Saturday. He's done both nights, which is actually that's cool too. I mean, to be honest, that's a feather in the cap as well if you think about that. So,
which harkens back to the promo he cut on MJF and AEW, where he said, "Yeah, you can go up north and headline night 2 of a buy one get one free, whatever." And here he is doing it.
Yeah,
but it is what it is.
And hell, this may not be. Well, I don't know if this will be the first night or second night of SummerSlam. I think it's actually going to be the first night. I think
so.
I think that you have Seth and Roman as the. Well, I don't know. I mean, actually, if I was booking this, I would put Seth and Roman on the first night, and put Punk and Cody on the second night.
You're forgetting Hell in the Cell. Now I know.
That's not going to be That's not going to be the one. Well,
see, I would if it was just Obafemi and Brock 1-on-1, no stipulations. I'd say that opens one of the matches, opens one of the nights. With it being Hell in the Cell, and it's going to be a short night anyway, and they're not going to have, and it's not going to be long anyway. Brock's going to be in his hometown. I think we see Seth and Roman open one of the shows in the Hell in a Cell headline.
And I'll tell you why I think you're right. I think that you're going to have Seth and Roman open night 2 on Sunday, because what they've been doing is ESPN 2 for night 1 first hour, ESPN night 2 first hour. If you want to put people's butts in the seats, you put Seth and Roman in there. And you're right. First night is you do Hell in the Cell as the finisher, which is going to piss off Brock because he wants to get home, as we all know.
But if it is his legitimate last match, listen, do it. Plus, remember, you get the visual every time you take a wide shot of that cage hanging over the ring, so you've got constant presence of it being there. Now, we could both be wrong, and Brock could pull Brock and be like, no, I want to be home in
First one.
time. Exactly. Screw you. And considering the amount of commercial breaks they take, it's no problem to get that cage up and out of the way
Yeah.
before the next match were to show up. But I just think it makes sense to have that be the headline, especially if they start promoting it as potentially Brock's last match. Like
Yeah.
that could come up in the next few weeks. If Oba says, I'm going to retire you, bam, there's your giveaway that it's going to be. So, yeah, Cody and Punk night one, headline night one, and then we have Roman and Seth night two, and then headlining is Obafemi and Brock.
But before we get off WWE for a second, I just want to talk about Travis. If you haven't seen Travis's take on the LA Knight CM Punk situation,
I need to watch that.
Yeah, no, it's fantastic. And the thing is I agree with him in the sense that, like, it was weird that you have this situation where you have a guy going, all these part-timers come in and they don't do crap, and us hardworking individuals get screwed, and we build it up, and then you all come in, and then you have that happen later on that night, and it's
which, hang on a second, Punk had that same promo with The Rock years ago.
Yes, he did.
Cena had that same promo with The Rock years ago. It is a well they dig into because they continually make it happen.
That's the thing. So, like, and that may have been one of the best LA Knight promos I've ever seen in my, like, he screwed up a little. I still don't. I feel like LA Knight is like Roddy Piper. I don't think he's ever going to win the big one. I think he is there. He knows who he is, and his job is to get everybody over. That is what his job is.
I agreed with you up until that promo. After that promo, I could really see them. It'll be a Sami Zayn-like run.
Yeah.
It's going to be like, you've done great for us. Here's the title. You're going to get it for a couple months, a month, whatever, however they need to get it to the next pay-per-view, whatever. We're going to give you a run with it. Congratulations. You did good job.
Here you go, Dolph Ziggler.
Exactly. It's going to be another, Lifetime Achievement Award.
Thank you, Barry Horowitz. Pat yourself on the back.
Right. Nice pull. But yeah, I agreed with you. Like, he was never going to win it. And then I saw that promo, and I could really start to see them giving it to him as an interim champion. He wins it, and then Roman comes back and beats him to set up whatever WrestleMania is.
And again, it kind of sucks that you would have Sammy do this so close to LA Knight, because again, as we said, it's a thank you prize, which was Sami Zayn's thing, and you have to now do that for LA Knight eventually. I don't know how much. Again, he's in his 40s too. You have all these guys who are in their 40s who are reaching the end of their career. It's kind of sad in that sense. Sheamus is another one.
Right? Has LA Knight had? He's 43. Has he had any serious injuries?
Not in WWE, but he has had some, I believe, some knee injuries at points.
Okay, so the clock might be ticking on him too.
At 43, his style is not as dangerous as some of the other ones. Even I think he's.
No, he wrestles a very WWE style. Not a lot of. I mean, there's always a chance, always a risk. We saw it with Seth when he blew his knee out doing, the power bomb off the top rope. Such a freak accident. So it could always happen, but the way he wrestles is a pretty safe style.
However, Bronson freaking blew out his arm stopping a tag. So, things do happen. Speaking of that, if you've seen Bronson Reed recently, pictures of him, it's the incredible shrinking but still wide Bronson Reed.
Yeah,
it's like he looks fit but still large.
Skinny, fat.
I don't know. I don't know what's going on. It's like he's now like wider this way than he is this way. So
interesting.
Yeah.
Before we roll, there was another title change on Dynamite last night, as a matter of fact, last night, which I didn't see coming. And it's so Kyle Fletcher beat Takeshita,
Mm-hmm.
Inosuke Takeshita, for the TNT title.
No, it's like the international championship.
Yeah, I unfortunately I lose track of the belts. Anyway,
There's too many.
there's way too many. I was surprised at this,
Yes.
and it makes me wonder if they've lost faith in Takeshita because
I
he was
have
someone who, and we've talked about in the past. He is the future
yes.
of can be the future of AEW. Now I know Tony Khan recently came out and said, "Then here are the new four pillars of AEW," and I believe Kyle was one of them. Takeshita wasn't, but I mean Takeshita should be someone that they should be running with really hard.
Well, yeah, I agree with you, but the other thing is that Takeshita might be stretched thin at this point. You might, I think they may have put it on him. There's always the possibility he's injured. Again, his style and how long he's been wrestling both in AEW and New Japan Pro Wrestling. He could be going back to Japan for a while. I mean, G1's coming up. He could be doing stuff with that. We don't know. There's a bunch of things that he could be doing right now that could take him out. Is he in the G1?
I have no idea. They've announced the brackets, right? I mean,
Yeah.
have to. It starts tomorrow.
Hold on, let's take a look. If he's in the G1, this makes perfect sense.
Well, then absolutely.
Because then you would let's see, G1 Climax.
He is.
That's why.
He wrestles tomorrow.
There you go.
Literally the first match there. Yeah.
Hey, Dave, I think we found your answer. He's going to be in Japan for the next 2 months doing the G1 Climax.
True. Well, so they haven't lost faith in him, but maybe it's of his own choosing that I mean, clearly it's his own choice. He's running the way he wants to run. But I just feel like Tony Khan could pull him aside and be like, Konosuke, listen, man, we got the world title's waiting for you.
Yeah.
You just let us know when your schedule is all us.
Well, I think he has a dual contract right now. He's like Mystico and Henshinero and a bunch of the other ones. I think that the problem is that you can't keep him in one place because of how his contract works. He has to do both of them. And so, that's why I think usually they're okay with them taking the belt over. I think there was a ROH title was over there for a while in the in the cruiser, not the cruiserweight, but the lightweight tournament.
Yeah.
What's his name? Who was Christian's son for a while? The one with the MILF mom who is that
kid.
Yeah.
Who was Swerve beat the snot out of.
Yeah.
Buddy
he had the belt over there. But maybe Takeshita and them didn't want him to have the belt over there. Maybe New Japan didn't want him to have the belt over there. Maybe it's one of those situations where they wanted him just to be, beltless over and doing the G1. I mean, that makes sense too.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess it makes perfect sense. Him doing the G1, he's not going to go undefeated in the G1.
No.
So if you're AEW, you don't want to have one of your champions taking L's,
exactly.
Even if it is in Japan. You don't want them taking L's,
in the biggest tournament, or arguably one of the biggest tournaments in wrestling. So,
period. Oh, absolutely, yeah. Absolutely. We also saw recap of last night the return of Willow Nightingale. She wins the Casino Battle Royal Casino Gauntlet match. So she will be taking on Thekla at All In? No.
Yep.
No, not All In. She at the next paper.
The other one.
Because Mercedes Moné has got the winner of that at All In. This makes me sad because, as I've stated on this podcast numerous times, my undying love for both Thekla and Willow Nightingale, which fit the yin and yang of my life. Willow, super positive, happy, the happiest person you'll ever want to see and meet. And then Thekla, who is just the freaking dark side of everything, who listening to her on commentary last night
that was
made me fall even more in love with her.
Okay, as somebody who is a former radio producer and television person, it scared the hell out of me what she was going to say, especially when she was like, I've been to a casino. It's like, and won 10 grand and had a stripper on my lap. And I was like, and about Mina, motorboating Mina Shirakawa at one point.
She was a blow-up doll.
Jesus Christ. I mean,
And
it's
that
like,
is why I love her so much, because you never know what's going to come out of her mouth. She's unfiltered.
and she kept going, hey, Tony, do you want to drink what's in my cup? And he's
Yes.
like, no.
I, I think she's professional enough not to drink and be intoxicated on the air, but she
Yes.
played it really well. Like she,
Really good.
like you couldn't. She wasn't like drunk, like, oh, she's wasted. Oh, she
No.
sounds really bad. It was like she's not feeling any pain.
None.
And I think because she's shown up until the last night, she has no filter. She's just going
No.
to say whatever she's going to say. So it didn't really make that big. It wasn't that noticeable until she like pointed out, like, I got a pineapple drink or whatever the hell it was. So I'm
I think I think Willow versus Thekla is great. I think that I don't know if again you have Willow win it at the next pay-per-view.
I think so.
So that you have Willow versus Mercedes Moné. I think that actually is a better match than, I hate to say, Thekla versus Mercedes. You have two heels versus a face and a heel. So I think having Willow win the big one, which I don't believe she ever has, and then face Mercedes Moné is a better draw.
And there's history there. Remember,
Yep.
Willow beat Mercedes for the women's and
Like
all.
the
There's a
TBS
Japanese.
one. Yeah.
Well, no. She beat her for the
Oh,
there's
the
a
New
Japanese one.
Japan
New Japan.
strong one.
Yes, New Japan Strong. Right. She beat Mercedes because that's when Mercedes had her injury,
That's right.
and they called it in the ring, and Willow went over. And then when they came back, or when Mercedes came into AEW, she beat Willow to get it back. So there's that built-in rivalry already there.
Yeah.
And I do honestly think it is a bigger marquee match with Willow and Mercedes going into All In than Thekla. You could easily have Thekla do something with an All Japan person or a New Japan person,
Absolutely.
something like that, or find another, or Tony Storm could be coming back.
That or Starlight Kid could come back and do a blood match for that.
She's still got the mask. Absolutely correct.
Exactly. Well, that reaches the end of this short show for us. I'm Chris. This is Dave. You can catch us on YouTube, Facebook, wherever you can find us in a podcast form. Thank you so much for joining us for 5 Star WrestleCast, and you guys have a wonderful weekend of wrestling.